Steve, the boat rental sector, you've made enormous strides towards sustainability this year. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, we took the decision after extensive trials the previous year of converting over to HVO. Now that's sustainable HVO and comes certified that it is actually a refined product made
So
from
that's hydrotreated vegetable oil, and that replaces the diesel in all the boats.
Yeah, heretofore for many years we were able to run on agricultural fuel that was green diesel, but that went out about 6 years ago, and we've been running on very expensive white road diesel since then, which in Ireland they use ethanol, and ethanol is made from animal fats, and animal fats and diesel and marine are not a good combination.
Yeah,
because they withhold water.
Yeah, and
HVO repels water.
So the move to HVO. So you kind of collectively, all your kind of all the boat rental companies collectively, along with the Irish Boat Rental Association, came to that decision, as you say, last year after trialing. And what does that mean in terms of sustainability or in terms of carbon reduction? Because it sounds very exciting.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely remarkable. For every litre of road diesel, we emit 2.68 kilograms of CO2. Now, we would burn across a season between everyone about 500,000 litres of white road diesel, which equates to 1,340,000 kilograms of CO2. But by using HVO, we get a 90% reduction, and that brings that figure of 1,340,000 down to 107,000 kilograms, which is sort of, you're looking at difference between 13 tons and 1 ton.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that's amazing. So a 90% reduction in the carbon impact of your sector as a result of this move to HVO.
Well, I was really surprised when I saw those figures, and I was really surprised at the amount of diesel we use, because I know the DAA in their switch over to HVO, they were only using 300,000 litres of diesel a year. So, we're actually emitting more diesel fumes than the DAA. So I think it's only when you really look into these issues that you find the true the size of the problem.
And is there a cost to HVO above and beyond diesel, for example, Steve? Yeah. I'm just thinking that it's obviously it's good for the environment. It's good for the Shannon. It's good for Irish tourism. But for say other sectors who are thinking of doing something similar, is there a cost that they have to bear, and could some of those costs be mitigated against?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, first of all, there's about a 14 cent per litre differentiation between white road diesel and HVO. So that's just really the start of it. But the irony of it is that it still attracts what the excise duty, which is known as MOT, mineral oil tax, at the same level as road diesel, which is running about 57 cents a litre at the moment, but due for more increases. Yeah. But it also attracts carbon tax, which is even more ironic, given that this is actually a renewable, non-fossil fuel.
Yeah, but that's nuts. So the much more sustainable fuel is charged at the same level of taxation as road diesel, and is also going to be subject to the upcoming carbon tax increases.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. And I would have thought if government were keen for modes of transport, whether it be boats or cars or whatever, or trucks or whatever, to move to more sustainable fuels, then I would have thought there would have been some sort of, sensible approach taken to taxation.
Well, you would expect certainly that in the initial stages, they should incentivize it. I could understand the government not wanting to lose the revenue from taxation because of, well, EVs and everything else becoming sort of more prolific. There's less and less taxation going to be collected from fossil fuels. But at the same time, if we really want people to change, and it's a big decision to make, we've got to be helped in some shape or form. Even if they brought the taxation down to the same level as the price of road diesel, it would make a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still get taxed as on the VAT at 23% as well, of course.
Yeah. So, they get you every which way.
They get you everywhere. Well, there's 3 levels of taxation: MOT, carbon tax, and VAT.
Yeah.
And then the actual cost of the product, which is minuscule in relation to the taxation.
Yeah. And just generally, in terms of the boat rental sector and the move to HVO, it seems very much in keeping with the just transition sort of approach to the Midlands, and to try and create a kind of a green, slow tourism space. That just transition fund, we know I think it's about 60 million euro. It's being dispersed by Fáilte Ireland over the next 2 or 3 years. That should really enhance the Midlands and the Shannon corridor, shouldn't it?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I'd also say we're totally aligned with Fáilte Ireland's regional tourism development strategy for Ireland's hidden heartlands. So all those, the 3 of us, our initiative, Fáilte Ireland's strategy, and the Just Transition Fund are actually all singing off the same hymn sheet.
And it's a really attractive product, the boat rental product in terms of Irish tourism. It's a really wonderful sort of peaceful, tranquil, slow way of exploring a really beautiful part of Ireland. What's the outlook like for the year ahead? I know from talking to you previously, the domestic market came back with vengeance during COVID. But traditionally, Germany or German-speaking markets were always your main source markets. What's it looking like now that COVID is behind us and maybe we're into a more normalized year?
Yeah, well, I think in looking at the sort of the market in general, the domestic market has sort of improved for us substantially over the last few years. It was quite low, as low as 15%. That's now up around the 46%. We would definitely like to keep that and to encourage more. Germany, unfortunately, is in recession, and what was 77% of our total sort of tourism intake, has slipped right down to somewhere around the early 30s, late 20s.
And is it too early to say what the feedback is from the punter or the consumer, or do they even know about it, or do they just get on a boat and kind of just merrily pilot it down the Shannon?
We're trying to feature it across the each individual company's websites, and we're working with Tourism Ireland on both the French market and also the German market to try and sort of kickstart the cruising products back into the German market again. So we've actually had familiarization visits already this year in early March, which was probably not the ideal season to be doing it in. But I think at the end of this year, we will really have established its usefulness and its competitiveness. Because from what I can gather from our European colleagues, we're the only cruise hire country that's actually moved to HVO.
No, you're a poster child for Irish tourism and probably for European tourism at this stage.
Well, I think it actually grew. It got quite a lot of traction in Germany and in France within the industry, which they're our 2 biggest competitors, really.
Great. Well, I mean, a 90% reduction in carbon, it speaks for itself. Steve, congratulations on the initiative, and well done to you and your members, and the best of luck for the year ahead.
Okay, thank you.